could've just asked me. I know you take me for a goddamn fool. You think I'm foolish? No. Ooh, then I'm back with you. What would it take? Getting me back to the truth. Every day, every mistake just leads me back to you. I know you take me for a goddamn fool. Think that I'm foolish? No. Ooh, then I'm back with you. Then I'm back with you. Then I'm back with you. I know you take me for a goddamn fool. Think that I'm foolish? No. Ooh, then I'm back with you.
Till I'm back with you. Oh, you know what time it is? It's D&D night. And you know what? It's nice because everybody's here on time. Ain't it nice? Alright.
Looking for that.
So, very first thing that I've got set up for you guys is the one thing that everybody practically wanted to look up, and that was about it. The rest of everybody else gave me a bunch of nothing. Mostly. Is the incident that happened to Quills 30 years ago.
You're welcome.
And I've got it right here. And it is kind of a long thing. So give me 1 second. I'm going to post it in the Dungeon City information so you can read it. I'm going to do a couple copy and pastes because,
It's a lot.
well, it's in a Google Sheet, not a Google Doc, so I had to do a lot of editing things.
Did you have a chance to take a look at my backstory now that you've had a...
I have not. It's my bad. I've had a bad week. I'll explain here in a moment.
Oh, okay.
Been kind of rough on Tom.
I was actually going to talk about that because I also have it streamed. Just give me a moment. Let me just get this done because this was one of the big things that everybody wanted.
I'm just gonna say off the bat, Marvin is looking forward to reading about this, but why don't you guys tell me what you think it says, just so we can confirm that we're all read the same thing.
Do you want me to cast Comprehend Languages on you so you can actually read?
Oh shit, that's yeah. Your magic is so cool. He's all excited.
How many spells known do you have at this level?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Let's see here. 6 level 0s and 5 firsts.
Those are your spell slots. That's not your spells known.
Oh, spells known. Let's see
Yeah,
here.
those... Yeah, for sorcerer, that's a separate list.
Alright, there you go.
Because as a sorcerer, you don't prepare your spells, so you don't need to write anything down there. You just have a limited number of how many spells you know.
Oh, Abby. Okay, yeah. I
Yeah.
can give you. Hold on. I can
think I
give
took
you
1 for each slot.
I was gonna read it out loud, but I can give you. I can just give it to you if you want to. If you want access to it, I'll DM you the thing.
So how many spells known do you have?
Currently?
Yeah, currently at
I
level
just
2.
took 1 for each slot. So the 6 zeros and
Thanks, bud. Love you,
5
Strive.
ones.
So that is here. I'll help you. That is definitely not how it works. So how sorcerer works. So your spell slots. So you're an innate caster. So when you cast your spells, you don't need to write down like how a wizard does. Like this is my first spell slot. You can just decide. However, you have a separate chart that says how many spells known you have. This is the limit of how many spells your character knows. So you know, like as example, if
Yeah.
you can know 2 third level spells, you can know Fireball, one of the third spell. You can cast those as however many spell slots you have, but you don't know anymore until you level up, and then you can pick from the
Okay,
list.
give me a second.
Oh
here.
yeah, I'll send you the chart.
It's in the sorcerer thing, Austin.
I was
Yeah,
wondering because I was thinking about why you
My
took
brain
Comprehend
is-
Languages as one of your 2 spells known.
No, you're good. Thank you.
Yeah, like
2 spells known. That's the part that I didn't read. It's good.
I'm gonna hit you with the fucking squeaky hammer, Austin. You should know.
Yeah,
better.
no problem.
Buddy, this is the first time I'm playing a sorcerer.
Yeah, no, it's an easy mistake to make because it works a lot differently than how 5e does.
used to, like...
This is like your 9th game with me. You at least could have asked me what things were.
My brain on cracked. Hush.
God. Alright.
It's good.
Either way, yeah, like, you don't know a bunch of spells. You know 2 first level spells.
I would definitely repick your spells because I would just
I
say
get
you definitely don't want comprehend languages as one of your 2.
Magic Missile!
At least for now.
Magic Missile.
Sorcerers have a lot less variety than wizards, but they have way more spell slots, so you can blast way more.
Trust me when I say this, like, just
That's
as
be
a
a best
sorcerer,
friend for consistency.
that is going to be your butter, your butter and bread until you get to like.
Well, you know what?
4
Sorry,
level.
you're going to wait a little bit before the comprehend languages.
However, if you get a scroll of comprehend languages, you can cast it. Either way, the thing is right above the massive fucking grid of spells. If you want to read it, I'm gonna go ahead and read it out to you anyway. This happened roughly 30 years ago on 7th of Torza. Title: An Unexpected Disaster at the Institute. An unfortunate day for us all. The Elios design reveal was met with failure today during reveal. Master Quills of the Ruined Institute and a backup researcher, Galliano Red from WonderTech's Ilios design, a piece of technology for those unable to walk, move, or control any parts of the bodies had a catastrophic failure. Master Quills, who is wearing the Ilios suit, while showcasing his newfound movement, reminder for those, Quills had no movement in his left leg at this time. During the reveal, something happened. A spark of divine magic quickly turned the suit into the dangerous, life-sapping item. By the time the techs removed all the pieces from Quill's body, he had lost all movement in his lower body. It is unexpected if any further testing will be done, as the divine energy left a few of the techs, Quills included, to permanently move away from magic-based tech. More on this news later. This is Oscar from The Vector, giving you the best news we can for all types. This is what happened to Quills. And if any of you start looking up the Ilios suit or anything like that, it is just a basic design to help people move. What it is a couple of the clerics worked with their gods and Quills and other technology-based entities to make the suit be able to work without having them to bless movement back into people. It was supposed to be a very helpful thing, and a lot of the gods agreed to it. A few didn't. And those few cursed the divine spark that was given to them and turned the Ilios design into a permanent... Pretty much, if you put it on, you become permanently disabled. It did the absolute opposite of what it was going to do. And Quills was the one wearing it when it happened.
This raises a question for me. Do you mind if I ask you?
Sure.
So, semi-related to this, like, so you mentioned that there is quite a bit of magic in the world. What is, like, the power, like, is there any, like, casters who can cast 9th level spells in the world, or is it all less than that?
There are some casters, yes.
The only reason why I asked is because couldn't one of them use the miracle spell to do it?
Again, they could. But the whole point of the
Bill has all sorts of haters.
The whole point of the divine spark was that it was supposed to be more powerful than a 9th level spell.
Ooh, so they were trying to tap into...
Oh, that's asking for trouble.
Well, no, because the gods that allowed it, they're the ones who gave that power. Kels was one of them. It wasn't all good aligned gods either. It was gods that they were trying to either put more magic into the world via technology, because that's what their goal was, or they were trying to be helpful and trying to make, healing a little bit more accessible, so that way they weren't always being relied. You know what I'm talking about? Always being relied upon.
Well, no, that's what I mean. Like, I'm talking about the miracle greater effect. Like, one of them asked their god to use the greater effect of miracle to heal him.
A lot of them did, and the divines gave them the divine energy, and a couple of the gods were pissed and corrupted it.
No, I mean to heal him retroactively. I'm talking about like after.
Yeah, that it because it was a divine, like it wasn't like your divine energy, it was God's divine energy. Like they're
right,
they're
but when you use the greater effect of miracle, that's what it is. You're asking them to do it for you, basically.
But what I'm trying to tell you is the curse that hit them, like hit Quills so hard that won't work.
So because it was the gods trying to do good, it got corrupted at such a godly level that even their greater ability to use the miracle thing won't work on Quills because it's so much of it was corruption that he's just kind of screwed.
Yes,
That makes sense.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm thinking like since there's multiple gods energy, one god can't fix it. You have to have multiple gods to fix it.
Yeah.
Multiple gods.
Okay, so I guess you could fix it if you got all the clerics there to do it.
We just become more powerful than the gods, people. That's all it is. We'll become more powerful than the gods.
Yeah,
we'll fix
I mean,
Quills,
I'm thinking
and
with
have
this
the
guy.
campaign.
And Quills doesn't want it. He's just like, I don't want it. It has done nothing but bad to me. Like, I understand it's your faith. He respects your faith. But to him, from his point of view, that faith has what fucked him up even more. It went from him only losing one leg to him losing half his body. So, like, there are other cases like this in the world too. Like that's the beautiful thing. Quills is not the only one, but Quills is the one that loves this city, loves this dungeon so much that he found you all. And he's okay with you guys using magic-based tech. He just doesn't use magic-based tech. All of his technology is made by him.
Very cool.
I mean, I found Quills, not the other way around. Does that make me special?
Yes.
Torgus needs to be
Abby is right.
Yes,
The gods
yes,
arguing
Torgus.
about whether Quills can walk. Yeah, like you would need a bunch of gods to agree to it. But some of the gods look at the curse itself and it's just like that's too much of a power sink, like just to make one gnome walk again. It's just to them it's you guys were playing with energy. You guys should have known the risk kind of thing, and then like some of the gods are like that's kind of rude, and the other gods are just like meh. Now you know.
Also, there's a problem if there are like other incidents like this, and if they just say one gnome, that creates a controversy. Why do you say this gnome and not the other guys?
Well, there are other controversies. There are other reports and things of people doing things like this, but this was just the most recent and the most like the biggest thing that's happened because this was the like pinnacle of tech at the time. Because even today we don't have technology that does that today. Like yeah, we have like little like claw hands that can help people move and stuff like that, but it takes so much for that to work. And this was going to like expedite their medical power decades, you know what I'm saying? So it just depends. But for those of you, I've already talked to Sark and Karn about their thing. Like, I'm not gonna stop you. You have a group of Order of Arcane Might if that's what you want to do, or if you guys want to do something a little different, maybe try to find, like you said, a green group. Like I said, Sark, you find one that's not hard. If I remember right, I think Austin was just looking for locating your tribe and stuff. That I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, anybody looking for your tribe and family and stuff, that's gonna take a little bit longer because you guys are you guys are 500 years in the future, and it's just gonna take time for you to do that. And 3 months is just not enough yet. Because it's not just it's not just 3 months. Like you're studying the city, you're getting up to date with it, You're learning about, all the factions, how things are working, and learning about the dungeon itself, so that way you guys all are available to do what you need to do.
Hey, long-term goal. There you go.
Right. However, Que, you said that you were probably just going to tag along and help out people, do some sightseeing and stuff, learn at maps and stuff, all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah.
You are going to be the first character that does this. Just retroactively, you're going to leave the city.
Okay.
Just you're exploring, and you walk out the city gates. Everything's fine until you hit about a mile away from the city. You're just exploring the maps around. You're not doing anything. But about a mile out, I need you to roll me a fortitude save, please.
Okay. That I should be able to do. Ouch.
You immediately, you're feeling great till about an hour, until you're a bit out, and all of a sudden you feel exhausted, and you take a moment to just sit down and just take a breath, and you sit down next to this really really pretty like just a small stream, right? You can see your reflection in the mirror. It's really pretty, crystal clear water, and as you're sitting there, you start to feel more and more tired, and as you're watching your face in the river, it starts aging.
Okay. I kind of like touch my face. Do I feel my face is actually aging with it?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just gonna kind of head back and I probably try to be like, okay, I'm gonna kind of walk backwards and probably try to head back to town after all that, assuming that's some.
Once you start moving backwards, passing about the mile mark where you started feeling tired, you start feeling better again.
Okay. Now I'm gonna try to get assumption because, like, with my constitutional, being the strong guy constitution kind of thing, being more of a physically fit person, am I pretty much understand, especially with the my face getting older, that this is probably a more of a magical fatigue, not just like my body getting older, but something's causing it, not just like
You would assume so, especially
okay.
after you've been with Quills for it's been about a month or two at least at this point, so you definitely know that this is more magic.
Okay, and how big is the city? How like?
Oh, it's several hundred miles wide.
100 miles wide. Okay.
It takes a long time for you to get from one end to the other. That's the reason why they have vehicles.
Okay, then yeah. Then yeah, is there when I get back into town, is there a like? I'm gonna kind of keep walking back into town. I'm gonna try to find a mirror. Do I look back to my normal self?
Yes, you look back to your normal self.
Okay, then finger guns, a wink at myself. God, I'm so much prettier. And then I will just kind of head back and let everyone know what I found out and let them know that, like, the agent effect goes out there.
Okay. Quills immediately kind of gives you a look like, huh, that's weird.
Quills, can other people leave the city without that happening?
Yes. In fact, Oak, it points to Dorgus. He's like, he's from out of the city.
Yeah.
Could it just be us then? Are we that magical?
Maybe it is.
Just.
Maybe it is.
Maybe just.
Good.
Apologies.
Good.
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say it might be the fact that you guys have time traveled.
I mean, technically, we are all time traveling constantly. So that's not unique.
but they're the ones who've moved 500 years in the future. We're not doing
Yeah,
that.
but he didn't age 500 years. So
Not yet, though. Who knows what would have happened if I kept going away further from the dungeon?
might be maybe there was like a temporal distortion, like regionally. Did you try to leave the town from another location?
I thought about that, but then I remembered the town was several hundred miles wide, and I was like, no, I'll come back and talk to you first.
You have
That-
two strong legs. That's like a couple hours of running.
Yeah, but the food's over here, and you guys are on the way. I don't mind checking it out now.
Why don't we go
Sounds
head
kinda
towards
like-
the other side of the city? Let's go to the opposite side, the
Kinda
riverside,
head up
and
over here.
yeah,
Try
and
to-
see.
Also, we should get someone else from your time traveling friends to see if that happens to them, or if it happens to them to the same extent.
At that point in time, for those of you who may not remember or just haven't brought him up at all, I want to remind you guys, Allensveer is still with you guys learning about this as well. And Allensveer, he's the elf that was tagging along. He immediately volunteers. He's like, well, if we are going to age, I can at least step out, because elves at least live several hundred years.
Come on now. And then, is there anyone that ages has a sort of lifespan? Because if I'm kind of more in the middle, I don't know how much we can tell the elf to age. And if someone else has a little bit less, we can kind of get a different degrees of aging.
Anybody else want to go test this out? Quills asks. Tesk, Venethar, or Craig?
Sure, why not? You know, age. You know, I'm not afraid of growing old. Probably.
My character is very cautious and does not want to do that.
Then feel free to stay within the city boundaries. Those of you who want to explore the experimentation, let's go. He will call up one of the outside wagons. These are the wagons that can go outside of the city.
Dorgus is gonna go out with like fully kitted out, like 10 different weapons, armor, and all, just in case.
Mm-hmm.
He's bringing everything.
Allensveer hops up to the into the thing. He just kind of looks. He's like, "I like your kit." Is
Like
he?
my kid?
Yeah, your weapon kit. Very.
Oh, kid. Okay. Yeah, language barrier. I thought you liked my kid. I don't have any kids.
No, he kind of motions to his weapons on his back as well. He's a little bit more finessey, but he's still got like. Once you actually look him down, he's got quite a few weapons just stowed away.
Good. I approve.
Anybody not going besides Venethar? Marvin, are you going? Tesk?
I'll go.
Yeah, I'm going.
Okay.
You're
So if
a
you want to at
dragon,
least
right?
stay in the city, you can come tag along and at least kind of
Okay.
observe and help us.
Sorry.
Didn't
You're
know you
dragon,
were
right?
wanting to
You
do it
live
again,
long?
but alright, so we got everybody going except for Venethar.
Not Dragon Rock.
Alright, as you guys are.
Dragon Blood.
Yeah, Dragon Blood. We agreed that he could just take a feat that does the same things that he wants. And it's not as broken.
Yeah. It would have
Uh,
required me to do Venerable and shit like that. It would have made a lot of things different.
yeah, so you guys all head out to the northeast portion of the city. And you guys abandon the wagon Marvin, you sit about a mile out, and so you guys leave the wagon rider there and say, "We'll be back shortly." You guys all just start walking the same direction, following the river upstream. And it's about a mile out. I need everybody to roll fortitude that is not Dorgus.
I'll do it just to flex. Oh boy.
can I use one of my rerolls for this one?
Sure, you very much can.
Oh shit.
We have rerolls.
Yes. Something I probably failed to mention. It's hard to remember. If you are rolling via Roll20, everybody gets 2 free rerolls per session, and this is only for D20 rolls.
Got it.
It's gonna be that kind of day for me. Okay.
Oh, luckily, a 13's all you needed, so you're good. For the first roll, anyway.
I would like to use my reroll.
Alright.
I am the wonderful test dummy here.
Okay. Also, Oaken, just remember to put what you're rolling for at the end of the roll.
Yeah.
You're good now, because it was Craig, you too. But luckily everybody was rolling for it, so it's all good. Task, you and Alan immediately feel exhausted. You both like kind of grab a hold of your your body a little bit midsection, and you just feel ungodly tired. Marvin, Craig, you both feel like this, just like you've worked a long day, but you've got a little bit of energy to keep pushing. Dorgos, you didn't need to roll it. You feel fine.
I'm just flexing.
I'm gonna feel my face. Do I feel older at all? Any more wrinkly or anything?
As you guys are looking at each other, you all are aging quickly, except for Dorgus and Quill.
Okay, yeah.
And like it's like if you were to see this day by day, it wouldn't be that bad. But you're seeing like your hair start to grow out a little bit longer. If you have hair, you're starting to see grays start to form it. You're starting to get like wrinkles in your skin. Alan's least aging, but like you could definitely tell he's aging just as you guys are, as his hair is growing out much faster than y'all's. It's like somebody pushed the button on look your age, and you're cycling to it. And
Does it seem like it's a duration thing, like how long we've been out is causing the aging, or is it a distance thing of how far we've gone from the mile marker from the?
a little bit of
marker away?
both. Like you have to pass the mile marker, it seems, and once you've done that, it starts the aging process.
Okay. So a mile and 1 foot or 2 miles past, it's the same aging process going through.
That you can tell so far. Immediately, Alan is like, I'll continue going, I can make it further. And he's like, he starts walking a little bit more. And, mind you, he's looking tired, mind you. He failed his fortitude roll. And immediately he collapses to his knees about another 50 feet out. In fact, everybody needs to roll fortitude the longer you're standing out here.
Yeah, as soon as I see that, I'm gonna go and like start pulling him back for the city limits.
I'll give a hand with that, and I just realized I'd never upped my fortitude from level 2, so that would be the difference in this roll.
That's
God damn it, Marvin.
Okay. Craig, Tesk. Tesk, that is a fail. That is. Craig, you're the only one that has succeeded twice now.
Okay, I'm just gonna try pulling back out. I don't want to die early by aging to death.
Sure.
Yeah,
And Marvin, Tesk, as you're standing out here, you almost collapse too. As you're you begin like limping back into the
City.
the mile zone, and Quills has like lined it off perfectly. As soon as you, honey, I just petted you. You don't need more pets. Good lord. As soon as you step over this line that Quills has like drawn as he's watching, you immediately feel better.
Okay.
Marvin, you immediately start feeling exhausted like you did the first time. And all of you guys can see, because Marvin said that he was going to go help Alan out. Alan and Marvin are now aging twice as fast.
So it was me who said gonna help.
Marvin said he was also going to help, but
Oh, okay.
you move up to grab Alan, and Alan at this point is now like rapidly aging even more. Like you may have seen him go through maybe like 3 years in that minute, but after that second minute, he's going through like twice as many years. Like for him, it's not that bad because 6 years for somebody who lives up to 400, 500, 600, not that bad. But for everybody else, this is taking a toll.
Yeah, I'm gonna drag both. If like, yeah.
Sure.
Let's not stay here.
And Marvin, are you going to be let Dorgus pull you back in?
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm trying to, like, if he's grabbing onto Alan, I kind of help Alan too. I'm more crawling, kind of scratching and clawing my way back up towards the 1 mile mark, just kind of.
Yeah, once you guys
my
cross
God.
that 1 mile mark, like, all of a sudden, Dorgus, you just see all of they just go back to normal. Like, the aging process reverts, the hair goes back in, like, the
Is it
silver goes back to
gradual?
normal. It is almost instantaneous.
Huh.
And Quills just kind of looks like, huh. That is dangerous.
I mean, it's not if they don't leave the city, and the city is pretty large. You can live your whole life here and not be, you know. I mean, it would kind of feel like a prison, I would suppose.
I feel like it's more tied to the dungeon than it is the city, but yes. Is this the final edges
City,
of the
dungeon, what's the difference at this point?
Is this the end of the dungeon? This explains why the city's never grown further than this at this point. Huh. Could we be the first ones to know how big the dungeon is?
Bless me.
Considering the dungeon was displacing where sense of direction the first time around.
Research is needed.
Is this city's expansion, like you guys must have measured this? Is it completely like circular?
It is completely perfectly rectangular. Or square, sorry. It looks like a rectangle on the map, but it's square. It is perfectly square.
And on the map, what the circle represent?
That circle is, you actually know this well. Before the city was built, anybody who was, like, traveling through that circle, even before the city, they had a chance of getting lost very easily.
Okay.
But since the city's been built, and you could see the city from the entrance of the circle, yeah, getting lost doesn't really happen as much anymore for some reason.
I mean, you know,
Yeah.
signs and stuff probably help.
Tom, I might be stretching things here a bit, but I know we brought, like, in our pack when we came over, we had our rations and things into it.
Yeah.
Are there any, like, seeds or anything, or grains from, like, anything like we brought with us or ate that I can try to plant on the other side of the mile mark?
Sure.
See if there's, like, an apple seed, something I had from an old thing that kind of just fell in my pack. We can try to plant, see if it grows faster.
Sure. I would rule that Sark probably has that stuff just on him all the time. Craig does. Being that he's a druid.
Okay. So then, it'd have to be from something from our time then, I would assume, not just something we pick up here, so...
Craig, if you wouldn't mind, go ahead and just roll me a D100 for me, and I'll determine if you have it on you or not.
And if you do, I'll go plant it. I'll kind of be the one to go out there, so you have to worry about getting aged or anything.
You do age though.
Yeah, I'm just less worried about it.
Craig?
Like Quill or I can't do it. Because,
Sirk, are you there?
Sorry, my sister. I'm dealing with my sister right now.
Okay, fair enough. We'll wait for you. All I hear is just leave me alone.
Sibling rivalry is always a good thing.
I know she's just she's got in trouble. She's ran to my room.
Fair enough. Hey, we've all dealt with most of us have dealt with siblings before. It's okay.
Man, I'm an only child.
Lucky you!
What do you mean lucky? I don't have anyone to bully. And if there's someone to bully me, it's not someone who loves me.
You don't want to be bullied. Trust me, it sucks.
No, but life is gonna bully you. If you're gonna get bullied, it's better if it's someone who loves you.
Oh no, man, my bully.
You don't want to deal with my family.
Yeah.
I had lots of older cousins who were practically siblings. I've been bullied.
My sister bullied the shit out of me.
I've been sit on a lot.
My family has a toxic way of showing love.
Who loves orange soda? Tom loves orange soda. I do. Oh, it's so true.
Alright, while we wait for Sark, I'm just gonna grab something to drink.
Yeah, you're fine.
Oh yeah, I need to put this in D&D information.
Just FYI, this is something I have, like this aging thing is something I've had planned. Just FYI, this was supposed to be like a reason for you guys to want to investigate what the fuck. Just out of character. I don't want anybody being like, "Oh my goodness, you're locking us to the city." This is not. This was the intention before session 0.
Okay, there we go. I'm back.
No problem.
Craig, they're assuming that they if you get any old seeds from your guys' time, that they want to go plant over on the other side real quick. Like an apple seed or something along those lines.
I didn't know if anything you had from your druid, your kits and everything, if you had some sort of seed in there or plant that we can go off and use and see if that ages as well, if it's just us.
Okay, I got a rat.
I was going to say, if you wouldn't mind, rolling me a D100 and I can tell you what you got on you.
Yeah, okay, I can roll a D100, yeah.
This is also determining if you didn't leave it at the base or if you actually had anything on you.
One, two, three, D100.
Excuse me. Yeah, you left a lot of your seeds back at base, but you do have one apple seed that you just found in your pocket while you were looking.
I'll pull Johnny and I'll go plant it.
Okay, Mr. Appleseed, yeah, here you go.
As you walk out there, you plant it and you come back across. You're used to this effect already. Not 2 minutes later, do you have a growing tree. It is already a 6-year-old tree within 2 minutes.
I kind of looked at everyone else like, well, I have two thoughts. One, this is awesome. Two, we could sell a lot of apples.
You wish. Apple trees only live up to be 100 years old.
But what's their fort save like?
Awful.
Yeah, so they're just going to go and, like, keep on doubling the speed, right?
You know what, Abby? I was already thinking about it. You got it. as you guys are sitting there, the tree grows, eventually sprouts apples. The apples will fall and decay almost within the same minute. And that will happen multiple times. And then all of a sudden, you begin seeing more apple trees start popping up. And it starts off with just a couple. And all of a sudden, you guys have to take a step back. Because a couple of the trees start approaching the line. I would say about maybe, let's see. Eventually, the first tree will decay, die, and start withering. But then another tree will spawn there after some time. And after about, I'm trying to think here. After about an hour or so, of you guys watching this happen, there is an orchard of about 15 to 18 fully grown apple trees that are just sitting there. Fully grown. They've stopped aging. They've stopped speeding up the process. They are now normal apple trees.
I looked to my compatriots. Will this explain why there was nothing around our area when we first went into the dungeon? Could it have all just been like, seemed like everything just aged and died?
Craig, if you want to roll knowledge nature. Well,
let's go.
31.
Let's go.
The way I wrote, I forgot to even add the modifier.
Yeah, you just roll on D20 here. You have never seen anything like this, Craig. This is
I'm back, sorry.
this very well could be just time reverberating backwards and forwards. Nature does not deal well with time doing this, and now that the apple tree's fully grown and they're all done, it seems like nature has fixed itself. Almost as you guys would have planted that tree, that location before you left. Does anybody go grab an apple from one of the trees?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I am
try
not
to-
moving anywhere near that shit right now.
I like to go off and grab some apples from the trees. If any fell on the ground are still good, and I want to try to grab a few and bring them back over the line, see if they stay as apples.
Yeah.
Or how they handle that.
Any of the apples that were going through the speed rush thing were decaying before they even hit the ground, and then they would be absorbed into the ground. Like compost. The apples that you still see have done speed aging. So you walk across really quick, pick up a couple of the apples, and they look like apples.
Do they change when he brings them back?
No. He brings them across the line, they're still apples.
I will try to eat one.
Alright, yeah, it tastes like an apple.
As there are no other effects to me, and nothing else feels weird or strange, it just is.
No.
Apple.
It tastes a little sweeter than what you would expected, but That's probably 500 years of cycles.
I'm sorry from what you said. Maybe have to. I'm asking out of character because maybe my character wouldn't know this. You said 500 years of cycle, so we're assuming that the apple stopped aging because it got to the point of where it caught up with time.
Yep.
Okay. Would Marvin have gotten to get with that with his intelligence, or am I just kind of like I might just be thinking that in player knowledge kind of bit? I don't want to.
What's your intelligence? It's an 8, right?
It's 8. I mean, I'm
you
not all
would,
there,
you,
but
you would
I'm not.
eventually get it.
Once
you take a bite of the apple, it clicks.
Okay.
But my nat 20 nature roll is the one that kind of like clicked that info, right?
Yeah, you would have gotten that really quick once you looked at one of the apples. You noticed that it even probably went through some like evolution during that time too, but like it didn't have to deal with predators. So the apples are a lot sweeter and a lot like they look a lot brighter and tastier looking.
Craig,
Yeah.
do apple trees supposed to live for 500 years?
I don't know. Probably not. I know it
You
depends on the
saw
tree,
you
depends
saw
on the place.
multiple trees die. FYI.
So it's been 500 years of evolution, the trees growing and changing that we saw.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
There are multiple trees that died and multiple trees that resprouted from those other trees.
I will hand out an apple I got to each one of everyone there, and like you can all try them and see how delicious they are. And it's kind of like, Dorcas, you want to go and like grab some of these? We can either try to sell them or just keep them or give them to the homeless, whatever you want to do. I think we should try to do something with them.
How many apples are we talking about?
An orchard full.
All right.
Like, there's about 18 to 20 trees, and they've all dropped apples. And each tree has about maybe 40 to 50 apples that have dropped.
My thought is to how hard we have to punch the tree to make all the apples drop off of it.
Don't need to. They've already dropped.
Oh, they've already dropped? Oh,
Yeah.
okay, then yeah, I'll just...
There might be a couple of apples still in the tree that don't look as ripe yet.
Yeah, and if I need to, I can just grab them.
Yeah.
They
And
can't
I
be
have
that
a-
high, right?
I have a backpack and a different pouch thing, so I'll kind of run back, grab a few, head back over,
Uh,
run out, grab a few.
Quills will toss you a small package, small bag. Put as many of those as you can in there.
Sure thing, but I mean, let's not have you guys like coming in and out of the orchard. We don't know like if there's a limit to your aging, or if it's gonna like expedite its its speed. So let's not test it just to pick up apples. I'll take care of it.
At this point, Quills is like, I'm gonna go ahead and already mark this as the Institute's apples, and no one else can take trees from it but us.
Yeah,
I would like to call
start
dibs on
grabbing.
naming the apple, though. This breed of apple is now Craig's apples. Craig apples.
I mean, if you're gonna let Dorgus pick those up, he's gonna eat half of it while picking it up.
No, I'm saying I just call dibs on naming it. Yeah, those are my apples now, like under like the name, the etymological name. I discovered them.
He wants
Craig's
branding
apples.
rights.
I think Avi came up with a better name than Craig apples. How about Crapples for short?
Yeah, crapples.
Both of those are commercially awful.
Marvin's Magnificent Apples, I mean, has a great ring to it.
It's better, but it's not that much better.
No, it's not.
However, everybody like that have tasted these apples, these are really good apples. Like, holy shit, these are good.
Hence, you should not eat them and let professionals use them in a professional kitchen to make, baked goods, desserts, etc.
No, I concur.
I think selling these would be a good idea as well, Quills says. After we take a couple for, observation and, studying.
We should just let the people eat these. You know, it's everyone's apples. It's about showing some goodwill.
But as Dorcas collects the apples and stores them into the wagon that is now pulled up to the mile marker that Quills has ordered it to, the trees are definitely not aging any faster than they would. They seem to be chilling in time. They're good. They've caught up and they're just existing. And all the apples you bring back across the line doesn't seem to affect them at all.
Has Quills gone across the line?
Yeah.
Or is, okay.
Yeah, Quills has gone across the line a few times to inspect the trees and stuff. He's probably doing a lot of like map sketching and stuff, and his wheelchair is just going across all the terrain just perfectly fine. And yeah, he doesn't seem to be aging at all either. It just seems the people that age are you for.
5.
Hmm?
Alan.
Yeah, well, Vanathar is not here.
Ah, yeah. And we can assume that he's gonna age.
Assuming he does, it'll be them 5, yes.
Oh, sucks to be you.
Well,
In case he wants one, I'll sneak a few apples for Vanathar into the pouch and bring it back to him whenever we return.
were they made by technology? No, magic. That better be.
Evolution, the technology of nature.
You guys will make it back into the city. As the guards check you guys, mind you, you've got about
Like
1,000 apples. Give or take. And they're just like, holy crap, what did you guys do?
Magic. Wave my hands.
Quills is like an experiment. We have an orchard not too far away from here now. The guards just nod. They see that it's Quills. They're like, sure, sir. They don't seem to question him one bit.
Yeah. It's magic based though.
Like even when you say magic bit, they look at Quills and they're just like, just makes sense and eventually come back to magic.
So what's next?
I don't know. What are you guys doing with the apples?
Oh.
I'm gonna go ahead and tell you straight up. Quills is taking 20 of them. This is his cut, and he wants to experiment and research them.
I think trying to sell them to a bakery or something like that would be a great idea. Different things, and just trying to.
You could sell them to
Get
every
yourself
bakery in the city, and you would still have some left over.
Yeah, I mean it's.
Well, let's find someone that can get us in touch with them then.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say you guys do that for the next month.
Okay.
I'm not gonna.
That's fine. You don't need to roleplay that.
Hey, Tom. What about flour?
I'm gonna fight you.
Or like start like your own like kind of shipping company.
No. We have to now make apple flour.
You guys, with Quills' help,
Apple butter.
the trees are.
It's an inside joke.
I'm sure it is.
The trees aren't relocated, but they are marked off for only the Institute use. And every how often? I don't even know how often. How often do apple trees produce?
Twice a year, I think.
Every other year. Okay.
No, the other way. Yeah.
So they're not gonna really produce too much more fruit this year. But if you guys are still around in 2 years, they'll produce more. But they are your guys' trees.
Okay.
But you guys will sell all of the apples. I'm just gonna say 1,000 just straight up, just because I don't want to deal with like 980. Divided by.
And gold.
Huh? Oh, no, we're looking at more than that, bud. It's 1,000 apples. If I even sell them for a copper a piece, that's still, yeah, that's 10 gold. But these are really good apples.
I say like 10 copper is all worth it for this markup.
That's what I was gonna say. A silver piece per apple is probably what they're gonna buy them for. So 1,000 silver pieces, so 100 gold divided by the party, 5. So 20 gold each.
Okay.
That includes you two, Vanathar. You get 20 gold.
Oh, 20 gold, nice.
Just for the selling of the apples.
That triples my net worth.
Did Alan get any gold?
Alan refuses. He doesn't want any.
Goddamn elves.
20 gold.
Alan's the real hero of this game.
A lovely marker.
Alan was just happy that he got a handful of apples himself. He's got it like. I'm just saying 1,000 generally, but like there's probably a little bit more than 1,000 and vice versa and stuff. But it's just we're just making it simple.
And test grab a point too. If there was a racist baker, we charged him more.
But you guys, for the next month or so, do your own research and stuff like that. And I would like everybody here to just make a knowledge check. Just a general knowledge check. Just intelligence based.
Like local?
No local. Just straight up intelligence. Roll a 1d20 plus your intelligence modifier.
Can I use skills?
I'm straight up intelligence.
I am re-rolling.
Sure.
That sounds about right.
Sure.
Are you serious?
You've got 2 free rerolls, Karn.
Oh, 2 free rerolls, and I'll use
Because
one
roll
here.
20 can kind of get janky. We've had people roll 1s 4 times in a row.
Just give it a second, then re-roll it again.
Alright, whatever. I'll keep the 13.
Craig? Okay. Vanathar, Dorgus, and Task, I believe, is the ones that rolled above a 10. Not 10, above a 10. Throughout this last month, with the apples doing their thing, and the aging, and all of that, you all piece together, just over this next month, that the dungeon itself 100% has control over time and space. How much of that you know is 100% true and what parts, it just snaps to you. Dorgas, you're thinking about all this with this party and all that. It just kind of comes to you. Vanathar and Tesk, you guys are just kind of just chilling there, and it just kind of clicks. You walked into the dungeon. You noticed that the entire time that you walked through the circle, you guys are getting lost in space. You guys had to constantly reroute, and eventually find the location that you were looking for, only to find that the location you were looking for is completely void of any kind of vegetation. Almost like time itself had slowed to a stop. When you walked into the dungeon, things were still living in the dungeon. You managed to fight off some goblins and stuff like that. And you walked through this door that magically teleported you all 500 years into the future, i.e., control over time and space. And at that point in time, as you guys are all realizing this and starting to bring this up, you all, with the exception of Dorgus, sorry, you weren't a part of the dungeon during this, unlock a memory from the dungeon.
Oh, fuck.
You all unlock this memory that you're all sitting around the table, realizing this. The memory you unlocked is the memory you're living. And you remember looking at this memory from a dungeon room. You guys were walking through these rooms, and you guys remember the first memory that you unlocked. As you guys were walking down the stairs after shutting the door, all of you remember walking into a room and seeing this room. And sitting around the room was this exact scene unfolding. And you guys watched it. You all had comments on it. At this point in time, whatever comments you want to make about this scene, you remember you made comments about this scene. You'd be like, ooh, neat, or what the hell, or any kind of things like that. It all of a sudden comes back to you that you had this. Am I making clear?
Yeah.
Okay, so you are remembering that you remembered this scene. So you now have not only this scene memory unlocked, you've unlocked a past memory as well. But then you guys continued on down the dungeon and don't remember anything else past that. Dorgus, you have no idea what's going on with them, but they look like they've unlocked some core memory bullshit.
Dorgus is just eating apples.
Oh, yeah, we were eating apples. It's just, you probably see us spacing out for a little bit.
Yeah, that's his reaction to it, eating more apples.
Yeah, have at 'em.
I mean, if you guys are spacing out, someone's going to grab the apples in front of you.
But there you go. You guys now, what are you guys doing from this point?
We've been here for a month. We've been.
You've been here for 3
ingratiating
months, 2 months, then the apple thing, then another month.
Okay, we've already ingratiated ourselves with the bakers now.
You've gotten through Quills' basic training. Dorgus, you've done it twice now, just because you decided to do it with them. Made you a little bit more familiar with the world. But it was at the tail end of this 3rd month that you guys.
I want to start a garden.
You've already started a garden then. I'm assuming you would already have done that. Like that you're a druid. That makes sense. You got one in the back.
There may or may not be a rafter somewhere claimed.
But like as soon as you, like I said, like you guys are just remembering that you remembered this stuff.
I'm gonna get up and stretch, kind of like, oh guys, get a little bit antsy here after a little bit. You want to go on an adventure for a little while? Go to the dungeon, check out a floor or two, just kind of get our skills back in sharp. I kind of, shadow box a little bit, kind of getting a little bit.
Ooh, if you guys
just
are gonna...
my ADHD's kicking in and just want to go and get moving.
Anybody down for a dungeon dive?
Oh,
We don't have to go far if you don't want to.
Sure, let's go in the dungeon.
Then I'm going to have to call the session here.
Tom's creating an encounter.
I gotta make a dungeon.
Well, we can go and prep for it or do something else until then if you guys want to go like next week or something, depending on what you guys want to do.
If you guys want to do some prep, if you guys want to go to some stores and get some prep work, I can give you a little bit of money due to the fact that you guys are level 2 now. You guys should have a little bit of cash on you now. If I'm right, yeah, you guys should have at least about. I've only given you guys what, about 30 gold.
Only 30, yeah.
I'm gonna give you guys 1,000 gold each.
Oh damn.
This is from Quills. Well, once he hears that you guys want to explore the dungeon, and he sets the bag down, and he's like, "Don't spend it all in one place now."
Does anybody, like, I know someone talked about, I think it was it Tusk, that you want to go look up things about dragons or certain things you want to explore or get into? Does anyone have anything they want to do this session before we end up going to the dungeon for a while?
He's gonna be anybody who's been doing that has been doing that over the 3 months.
Anything that I would be furthering could be in any library, anything like that. But also going into the dungeon is something else because I'm also looking for artifacts.
Okay.
I'll be just going around forests, or not forests, I guess like parks, because it's still inside a city.
There is a forest in the city, FYI.
I'll be looking around for that, looking for animals. I need to beef up my security force.
Oh, you're looking for animals. That's also very easily to do. They have a lot. Jared, no, don't spend it all in one place. No. Is anybody wanting to go spend their money? Buy gear, equipment, anything like that?
Yeah, I'll go check out any gear shops or anything going on, see what they have.
Or any specific section of the city you want to go visit? The factions, or you're gonna stick to the institute?
I'll explore other factions.
Yeah.
What faction
better
interests
deals.
you? It has nothing to do with deals. It has to do with what they're selling. Just think about the faction. Do I need to put the descriptions back down for you?
If you don't mind, just leave it in the Dungeon City information type deal.
I mean, if we get time too, we can go explore all the factions, see what they have to sell, and see what kind of cool things they have.
Also, start learning about other factions by doing so. Because technically, we've only been with the Institute for the most part.
Mm-hmm. So if you don't want to, probably tag along as you go and just kind of let you lead the way and see what's going on.
I'll probably just visit a blacksmith or something, get some more weapons.
Well, like, there are also like different types of weapons from different blacksmiths too, in different factions.
Yeah, but I'm not that rich.
1,000 gold is pretty good for basic gear.
I mean, yeah, but I have basic weaponry and all kind of like I'm just looking for different materials for weapons and magic, but magic weapons are still too expensive.
Yeah, it's outside of your guys' price range for a bit.
Yep.
Unless there's a fight club in this town and we can make some money out of it.
Can I be the bookie?
There you go.
There we go.
Those are the
Or we
five
make-
factions
We
right
make
there.
our own fight club. Like between me and our barbarian, we can rig matches.
There we go. I'll
So,
take a dive.
if you want to know a little bit about, so the Wonder Tech Academy will have more, I will go ahead and say they have minor magic items that you can buy, even with your 1,000 gold. There'll be like things that like a compass, and other small things like that always work, kind of thing, or like a small little light that produces like a 5-foot illumination of light. Small little things like cantrip level magic stuff. The Ruin Institute would sell anything that has to deal with delving into the dungeon. You want dungeon delving gear, rope, any kind of stuff like that, the Ruin Institute's got you.
Can I ask a question about the Ruin Institute for a minute?
Sure.
They're talking about other things about study of past ruins and dungeons and everything else. Now, maybe it's not there, maybe it's something else. A lot of the gear we bought before is like 500 years old. Does it look 500 years old and people know that it's ancient stuff we have?
No.
Is the stuff that they have now, like the winter blankets and clothing, a lot better than what it was 500 years ago? Should I try to sell my stuff and then get newer things, or
It almost
kind of
seems
the
like most things like ropes and stuff, like there hasn't been much of a change over it. They seem to be similarly built, and your stuff seems to be still well kept.
Okay.
If you want to update it, you're welcome to do so. I would just assume it's a trade. But anything that you trade will be from the Ruin Institute. They are going to inspect it and put it in like cases because your gear is 500 years old.
Yeah.
And that is the history of the past. So that is, they want to preserve it. But if you want to continue using it, they're not going to stop you because they're not assholes. The green mass is mostly like if you want any kind of horses or lances, things like that. They did a lot of they were a lot of knights. That's their kind of thing. Lances, spears, full armor plate, things like that. Vector seems to be mostly covert stuff. Daggers, light blades, things like that. And then the Cosmos seems to have a bit of everything.
Might stop by there at the WonderTech Academy or the Vector.
I have this idea I have that I want to give to Quill before we head out, if you don't mind. I go off and I can't write, so I do one's little flip books. We do like a bunch of different drawings and like flip it together, like flip all the pages, so it makes like a little movie.
Okay,
and it just shows me with like a big thing of like armor on. I tap a button and it's like armor just pops off, and then shows like all these like lines around me as it's like showing me raging. Then a big thumbs up, trying to see if Quill's knows some way if I can like wear armor. Then just have a button that like just makes it pop off so that I can actually go into a rage, and then wear it when I'm not raging, like put it back together later on.
He looks at you and he's like, I could try to make it for you. It'll take me some time. Is that something you're willing to wait on?
Oh yeah, it's just a thought. I'm just gonna get other things, but just an idea of.
He nods. He's like, any loot you find in there, just provide me with 10% of its value when you come out as a down payment, and I can get started on it.
Okay.
What was I gonna say right beforehand? Shit. I forgot what I was going to say. Give me 2 seconds. Austin, you said you wanted the WonderTech and the Vector. Brain. No.
I'll probably go to the Ruin Institute.
I'm just listing that in case it goes.
No,
down the
you're
line.
good. No, I was good. That's what it was. Marvin, you, over the 3 months of study, could recognize common words.
Nice.
You don't know how to spell them, but if you see them, you're like, I know what that word is. This is over the 3 months of you listening and listening while you're reading, quote unquote.
Mm-hmm.
You start putting, words to like you'll recognize the Ruin Institute. Like that's something that you've seen enough times that you're like, oh, I know what this is.
Okay.
But you don't know what the word individuals are. Like, you're like, what? But any of the faction names, like basic foods and stuff like that, colors, you seem to recognize.
So, like, basic living things I can do, basic day-to-day words I can catch up on.
Right.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no, that's the whole point of downtime. WonderTech. What is anybody trying to buy anything special, or are you just trying to buy basic gear?
I might be on the lookout for special stuff.
Okay, so that's 3 specials.
Yeah, I would do anything that'd be special within my realm of expertise for weaponry, armor, stuff, any sort of like magical gear that would help out and help me with these guys.
Holy shit, my cat messaged me. Give me a second.
Yeah, that would always help.
Okay, sorry. When I say my kitty, it's for my friend. Her name's Kat. So she's raising 2 little ones on her own, so she's tend to be very out of touch. I don't know what. I'm trying to think. What would be special? Craig, Vanithar, are you guys looking for special stuff as well?
No,
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 I'm just saving my money.
Okay, saving your money.
I'm looking for something specific.
Oh, what are you looking for?
Well, practically something that slows down passage of time, practically like like the unguent of timelessness, but for people instead of objects.
I'd be outside of your price range for a bit.
I mean, the object thing is only 150 gold.
Is it?
Yeah, it's not that it stops time. It's just like a year passes like a day.
What's it called?
This thing I'm posting on Discord.
Sure.
But this is for, practically magic mummy liquid. I'm just looking to buy a gift for the people that's gonna work on living things, not just once living things.
Oh wait, that item doesn't it, like as rules of Russian, you could use that on like dead bodies technically or corpses. Like
Yeah, like I said, it's the magic mummy liquid.
Huh.
I'm just looking if I can find something for the living.
Ah, so you're wanting to try to help the folks that are getting time for to try to like slow it down.
Yeah, like we don't know how long the dungeon's effects is gonna last, or if there are like pockets inside of it that doesn't have that slowing effect, so they might age inside of it.
Sure, you can get
so
all of
just
it.
in case, it's gonna be like a good gift.
I would rule that it probably. Let me see how well the market's looking today. Real quick, because it is a magic item. Let me see. Let me just see. Actually, let's just see how the market is looking just all around today. Oh, well. It's not looking too bad. You'll get it for... everything will be priced... if it's for every 100 gold, add another gold. So 151 gold, and you got it.
Okay.
All right. You guys, if anybody's buying any basic gear, the same thing. If it's 100 gold, it's 101 gold. If it's 200 gold, it's 202 gold. Makes sense. If it's 250, it's still 252. Just for every 100 gold, add an extra gold to it, and that's the market price right now. Give me 1 second. Kitty wants to talk to me real quick. I'll be right back. What you doing, kitty cat?
I am here. Hello.
I am doing the D&Ds, so I can't pull you over because yeah, just D&Ds. You can say hi to my chat.
I say hi here, and then I was going to like make food, so
make the
I was one of them.
foodies.
Yeah.
Can you make me some foodies?
I would.
Yay. I got
Well,
some
I
pizza
hope
in the
you have
fridge.
fun then.
Yeah, you can come by Twitch. I'm streaming.
Yeah, I don't have time. I've been like so busy.
I know, but I'm just offering just in case.
I appreciate it. I just saw that you're doing stuff, so I was like, I gotta say hi real quick.
Yeah, I don't ever get to see you that much. Last time I saw a message from you was
Yeah.
before my birthday.
Yeah, that's why I was like, you've been busy.
Yeah. Well, I love you, kitty cat, and I hope you have a good rest of the night and get some good foodies.
Yeah. Hope you have a good night too. Have fun.
Quackies.
Yeah.
How would the clone also get cancer?
Alright.
It is
No,
affecting my DNA, but the
No,
clone
Andrew,
can-
Andrew,
But
Andrew.
if I go off and if I have cancer now and then I clone myself, then the clone also have
Oh, I
cancer?
thought he meant like
Like,
he made a clone before he
the
got
thing
aged.
is, the clone is physically identical, so anything magical does not
That's what I'm
carry
trying to figure
over.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Maybe he
it's
does.
the
I thought
wording.
he meant he was going to try to create one. I'm sorry if I was got that wrong.
Oh well,
Hello,
I
am I
don't think you
miss?
can make one technologically,
We are
but
making
he
clones
was
now.
referring to the spell.
Oh.
We're like asking hypotheticals about the world. Like, if we create clone, would it like age when you throw it outside the range? If you cast clone and like throw that clone out.
So, that clone would not be affected by the time because you made it now.
Yeah, it would only be affected once your body, like once your mind switches over. Then it would be affected like normal.
So I guess, guys, we're gonna wait till 12th level to finally leave the city physically, or be able to.
12? You mean 15th?
Isn't 12th level for 9th level spells available?
No,
Or, like,
not.
No, I mean
Oh,
unless you're doing something special,
Oh, then
it is
15.
higher.
Oh, then yeah, 15. Yeah, we're gonna wait till level 15 to be even physically able to leave the city.
We gotta figure it out. It's gonna be fine.
Or you can solve the dungeon and you'll be fine.
I mean, by the time we solve the dungeon, we're gonna be level 15 anyway.
Yeah, I mean we have to go through dungeon, probably get our level anyways. We'll just kind of go through and have fun. It's just
Yeah, the whole point was it's kind of a railroady point, but at the same time, it's also to make you guys want to investigate, kind of thing. It's kind of
I want money. The dungeon has money. We loot the dungeon and
Yeah.
clean it up.
yeah.
this
That's
time is pizza. We're good.
Yeah.
What else do we need?
I mean, at worst, we can kill you and reincarnate you.
True, that's true.
either way.
Reincarnation is always an option.
Either way, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you because I didn't know the Dungeon of Timelessness existed. It will work, but it will only hold off for so long. Just FYI, for those of you who are wondering.
Yeah. Like, it's... Like, if you stay for hours, it's still gonna kill you, but you're not gonna
Okay,
die
so it's not
anymore.
like some super ultra divine aging. So would that mean if you send in like let's just say this is all hypothetical. Let's just say you send in a creature that doesn't age, like a skeleton or a lich kind of creature who doesn't age, would they just be basically unaffected by it?
I mean, yeah, but he was buying it for you.
Oh, okay. No, that was just a hypothetical question.
Like this will what I'm gonna go ahead and say the Dungeon of Timelessness is gonna do is, for let's see, the dungeon never. It says it never wears off, but it is dealing with dispelling the effect. I would rule due to the fact that they're technically it's kind of like a magical curse almost. It'll last for a couple of hours before it starts wearing off, and then then time will start picking back up for them. But you'll have to test that out when you get there.
I mean, 150 gold for, like, buying a couple hours.
Yeah,
It's gonna kill you in a minute.
Yeah.
It's not too bad.
No. Quay, what were you looking for? Were you looking at anything for specifically, or were you just looking for something special?
Pretty much, I was just looking for anything that would improve dungeoning going through. So, if there's any sort of better armor or masterwork versions of that on my weapons, is there anything that is any amulets or magical items that would help either with resistances or
you can afford masterwork stuff.
things? Yeah,
Masterwork weapons are 375 or I think it's something like that.
yeah. I was just looking at that now in the thing, and then I didn't know if there's
300.
anything where there's like any magical things that either add to a resistance or increase any which magical items are available to us. Because some might
It's
benefit or skill set.
350 and 175. No, 300 and 150. Oh, that's right. My brain always forgets how much it is. So yeah, if you want to buy masterwork weapons, that does give you a +1 to hit. Masterwork weapons do. Yep, 300 plus weapon price.
And then we're still adding then the 300 plus one price plus the 1 gold per 100.
Yeah, so it would be
okay.
If your weapon was 100 gold, it would be 404 gold for the total price.
I'm trying to remember the old items between this and my Pathfinder game. Are there like rings of protection or cloaks or different things like that?
They're outside of your. They're outside of the price for 1,000 gold.
Okay.
If you want.
Sorry if this is kind of irrelevant, but I also have a question. But I'll go and wait for whenever you're ready.
Sure, go for it. No, go ahead, hit me.
So you mentioned that there are a couple casters in the world who can do 9th level spells, right?
Yes.
How do you prevent inflation in the world economy? Me and Sarquatis have discussed this extensively.
They know better than to just blow out the economy. They're not stupid.
I mean, right, but they could use it to their own advantage. I mean, sure, sure if they all did it at the same time, they could ruin the economy. But if you just make gold yourself, then it's not really inflation because.
Okay, look at it this way. There are not that many 9th level casters, right? Maybe one out of every maybe like 100,000 people. This city.
That's a lot. How many? If this city has like 1 million people, that's 10. That's so many.
That's 10, yeah, give or take. Just the thing is those 10 people are smart enough to know not to go around just doing dumb shit. Because they've made.
I mean, it would benefit them though to personally make things of value and sell it. So technically, you're not inflating anything. You're just basically you're just getting money for no work.
Or they're just retired and they want to just leave everything be and just enjoy life.
Right, but I mean, like the only reason why I ask is because I'd have to imagine at least one would do it.
If they do, then I'm gonna go ahead and say that the city itself has put limitations on people of high level casters.
Yeah, I was debate in the debate with Karn I had, I was saying there was probably some wizard IRS preventing that.
Like not only just the wizard IRS, the factions themselves are probably all have their hand in, hey, we know you're a strong caster, we can't kill you, we can't stop you from doing it, but please don't ruin our economy just because you want to, kind of thing.
Actually, now that I think about it, maybe in the terms of the city, they're so strong that they don't really need to make money because they just ask for stuff and can get it for free. Because what are you supposed to say no to him?
Or they could just offer services, like.
Well, why would you work if you don't have to?
Like True Resurrection or something like that, and they just take a payment or something
Also,
like that.
At that level, the things that you can buy in the material plane is just not good enough for you that you can buy in like City of Brass or something like that. Why bother?
It's true. That's when you can generate money to go and buy stuff.
Hey, Austin. Zephyr realized that someone in the call is named Kentucky Fried Dumbass. They lost their shit laughing.
Someone's Kentucky Fried Dumbass?
It's you.
No, I'm Country Fried Dumbass. What the fuck are you talking about? I ain't Kentucky Fried.
It's close enough. But either way, I personally have not been okay, yeah, this person and that works with this and all that. I have put reasonable expectations on my NPCs to not be dumbasses and work with the city and clearly make sure that they're not overdoing shit.
Honestly, I'd be surprised if they're even still in the city. They can do whatever they want, basically.
Honestly,
they can leave whenever they like.
They probably are in the city because a lot of the high-powered magical stuff that needs to be run, they probably help run it.
That's true. But they don't have to deal with the dungeon stuff like we do.
Nope. And if they do, they probably just go in as like they might teach people how to deal with the dungeon or something.
That's true, but they don't. I mean, they're not stuck here.
But, I mean, no, you just have to buy it for your bow. You don't have to worry about buying masterwork ammo. Masterwork ammunition only applies if you're making things like adamantine or mithril, or like really special ammunition. However, you can enchant your arrows to be magic and your bow not be magic, and it's still a +1. However, I highly recommend not to do that because that costs a fuckload more. but
Not really.
if you want that one arrow to be dumb, you could do that. Yeah,
The
you're fine,
idea
Karn.
is to get like non-plus enchantments on your bow and the plus enchantments on your arrows. Because like 50 arrow, like because on arrows enchantments are like 1/50th of price. So you guys get like base like +1, +2 arrows.
You
And
could.
just get the special effects on the bow itself.
You could, but the arrows still have a chance to break if they hit certain enemies and things like that.
Yeah.
Where if you just get the +1 on the bow, all of your arrows do it.
Yeah, but like when your weapon has like +5 equivalent of special effects,
True.
that extra +1 makes it like go from +5 to 6.
True.
Which is like in an enormous range of money.
So it just depends on how you're doing, but you guys haven't hit that level yet, so.
Yeah.
So right now, like you can't even add any kind of like specialty tags to your weapon without a +1 to begin with, anyway. So
Yeah.
that's just a rule. That's base rules.
And there are like weapon crystals from Magic Item Compendium. They are cheaper. They don't have like the plus effects, but they still make your weapon magical.
I honestly, as an archer, I actually bought adamantine arrows just because. Fuck it, you know. Sometimes I need to hit a target that doesn't want to fucking break. This will fucking go through them.
One more level, and I can make my everything adamantium.
But yeah, no, like any kind of masterwork and stuff like that, I'd recommend just buying the masterwork bow. You don't have to really worry about arrows until you're actually making magical items and stuff. Oh, my knees just popped up.
When we eventually want to, get magic items, like we need to have masterwork versions of them to be enchanted anyway, so might as well buy it now.
If you can afford it.
Oh, it's 300 gold. We just got paid 1,000.
Well, I think Marvin also has a melee weapon too.
Yeah.
So that's 600 right there, just gone.
I
know.
just have a sling. I just have a sling. That's the cheapest thing that I can afford.
Austin, you said Wonder Tech and Vector?
Yeah.
You will find at Wonder Tech just something that catches your eye. It's 250 gold.
Okay.
It's a map of the first floor of the dungeon. And it's an ever-changing map. As in, if a floor moves or anything like that, it changes on the map for you. You're good.
And that's in the Wonder Tech area?
Yeah. 250 gold. It's a common map for beginning adventurers.
I could find that. I'm willing to spot you like 50 gold.
Oh no, I have plenty. Yeah, I'll go ahead and spend it.
Alright.
Just 250, or is it?
250? Oh, 252. 252.
So I am down to a wonderful. Because you gave me 1,000 gold. 1,100. screen is too damn slow right now.
748 gold added onto whatever you had.
I know.
As for Victor, are you looking for anything in specific? Or just looking for things?
Possibly an upgrade to dagger or something.
You can get a masterwork dagger. 300 plus the cost of a dagger, which I think is only a gold, so 302.
Technically, it's like a little bit more than that, isn't it?
I thought a dagger was a gold. It could be Pathfinder.
No, because the whatchamacallit,
Oh,
the
wait.
extra.
Wait, it's 3 gold, right? So it'd be like 304. Sorry, rain. Let me see.
Not worth for a dagger right now.
That gives you a +1 to hit with it. Oh, it's 2 gold
Or
pieces
speed.
for a dagger.
So 305.
305. And that actually give you a +1 to hit, and you can enchant it later on.
Ooh, I can actually enchant it later on.
Yeah, all plus masterwork gear can be enchanted with magic later on.
Okay, just trade out the dagger for a masterwork then. You said 305?
Yep. You gonna keep the old dagger, or are you selling it? I just keep it. You sell it for gold.
I just keep it. Fuck it.
You never know if you might lose, a dagger. You can have an extra dagger.
And it's just +1 to hit, no extra to damage or anything.
Nope, just +1 to hit. It's a balance. It's really nicely balanced.
Straight up. Anything that increases my little piddly D3 in time of emergency.
Hey, a dagger's a dagger. Craig,
Hey,
you buying anything?
How do you do the rules for selling our equipment?
It's just half.
I mean, all I decided to buy was 14 food rations, so 2 weeks worth of food, and that's really it.
Yeah, don't forget to buy some food while you guys are in there.
I mean, as a druid, I don't think there's anything I need, because in terms of long term, nothing I'll get will be used, because in wild shape I can't use it.
what was that like?
1 day is one or 5 silver, so 2 days is a gold. So if you want 2 weeks worth, it's 7 gold.
Gold, damn, that is pricey food.
It's food that doesn't expire.
Oh, that is nice food now.
Imagine canned food.
Or no, it's like jerky, nuts, things like that. It can go bad if you throw it in mud and stuff and get it in but as long as it's in its proper cases and stuff, it doesn't go bad. Lasts for a long time. If you want, I'll go ahead and say if you want upgraded trail rations, it's a gold per day, and that's stuff that magically I'll even say Wonder Tech invented a loaf of bread that you just add a couple drops of water to, and bam, you got a nice fluffy toasty piece of bread thing.
That is
kind of
one
things.
thing I need to look up.
But I figured Sark and Karn would be against that.
I'm just against industrialization, really.
Oh wait, no, that is magic, so they might be for that. I can understand being against industrialization. That works. The city's kind of a mix between industrialization and not. So that for you, it's kind of like a mix. Half the city wants to do things the right way, the other city wants to go the industrial revolution era, and it's kind of got this nice symbiotic balance. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming as a druid, my character would just being inside a concrete jungle.
I'm gonna tell you straight up, the city is less of a concrete jungle. That's why I said there is a forest in this city. It's a small one, but it's in the city. It's part of the Ruin Institute, and whoever's next to the Ruin Institute. I'm probably gonna say Vector.
Hi.
I haven't decided. I haven't fully built out the city yet. But pretty much the Ruin Institute doesn't want to destroy things. They want to preserve them. So they were like, no, this forest can stay as it is. It has got wildlife in it. Like they section it off so that way, you know, kids can't go into the, you know, forest because, you know, that's dangerous. But, like, it's still available to the public if they want to go in there, but you just got to be wary, you know, there are bears, wolves, things of that kind. In fact, you probably went in there a couple times yourself during the 3 months, because it was a nice way to get away from the city bustle. It is very quiet and naturey in there. It's really nice.
Okay.
Well, that's everything. If anybody's looking for anything else specific, let me know. Otherwise, then I'm going to go ahead and call it now. And I will start working on the dungeon prep this next session. And you guys can start delving in.
Okay.
Again, I'm sorry for not reading your guys' backstories. I didn't get to actually say this because I kind of just jumped into it. I had a big issue this week. I was supposed to go to the doctor Tuesday, and the dentist Tuesday. I did go to the dentist. I got my teeth clean. They were actually pretty happy with my teeth. Made me happy. Till I got to the doctor's appointment. I only owed $35 after the 15 I had, and I left, and I was like, I can't afford it right now because I get paid Friday, and I can't afford it. But I need to see the doctor because I need to get my medications refilled, and you know, we're trying to get my blood pressure under control, and they refused to see me over a matter of $35. And I lost my shit. Rightfully so. I'm not going to go too much into it. It's just I find it so dumb that my life, you know, my well-being was put on the sidelines just because the bottom line of $35 is too much to owe. So I blew up. I apparently pissed off some people, but if you're ever in Cookeville, Tennessee, avoid the Cookeville Regional Medical Center. Just avoid it. Just don't go there. Just don't go there. And yeah, no, you're good. It put me in a bad mood. I've been in a very bad, foul mood for the past couple of days. There's been a lot going on with that, and I haven't had a whole lot of time to prep. And that's my fault. It's not your guys' fault. It's just there's a lot going on, and shit happens.
All right, I'm back.
Cool. Are you guys all good for next session? I forget. It's September that you and Sark go on your college stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but not next weekend though.
Not next weekend.
It's like the last
Right,
weekend.
yeah, not by next Friday.
I mean, for me, it's like quite literally like next month. That's in like the next 30 days. That's when I'll be busy because
Okay.
like the week where the 22nd is.
Okay.
That's yeah.
That's fine. So we're all good for next session.
Yeah.
If there's anything that anybody wishes to buy or something, just let me know what you're buying, and you're good to go. If there's something specific you're looking for, like the unlimited timelessness, let me know. I'll look at it, see if it's available for you right away, or if it's something you got to do a little searching for before the session happens, and we'll get to it. And then next session, we'll just start with you guys entering the dungeon for the first time since you guys have started the campaign. Sound good?
Yep.
Sounds good.
Sounds good to me.
All right. If anybody needs anything or wants to do anything between now and then, let me know. Otherwise, you guys are free to go.
Thank you.
Also, one thing before you guys leave. Is the campaign going well for everybody? It's been 3 sessions now, 3-ish. Everybody okay with where everything's going?
I mean,
Yeah.
I really like the world building. Like, it really makes me like think of want to like bring up hypotheticals, like just to think about it. It's like it's really interesting.
Okay. I'm glad you enjoy my world building. It's something that I put a lot of work into. Is my world.
I think that's a lot of our stuff is trying to understand how the world's working because you do have it well thought out. So trying to figure out how do our characters fit and what little ways can we find around little mark on it with like the orchards and the gear we're trying to get.
Sure.
Trying to learn everything. So
Yeah, and then if you get any other questions
exploring
outside of the
everything.
character too, like just feel free to ask. I will think about it, like I said, and I will provide you the best information I can with it. Because I'd love having people dive into the world. Because like especially if you're really interested in like how you fit I do a really good job at like that is my specialty. My weaknesses are dungeon building and like dealing with dungeon delving. My strengths is world building. So I like to have a world that you just want to jump into. So if anybody's got anything else like that, just let me know. If you want to know anything else, hit me up. Other than that, thank you guys for your input. I'll see you guys next week.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you, guys.
Of course.
Thank you.
Tell Mrs. Scott hi.
Will do.
Thank you.
All right. See you next week.
See you next week. Okay, I know you're sitting down. You're free to go. Oh shit. You free to head out?
I'm going to swap over to Game Room 1 for a little bit.
Yeah, I'll be over there. I'll hop over there too. Meet you over there in just a sec. Okay, hope you have a good night, man. If you're still just resting, that's perfectly fine. Feel free to continue resting. Don't feel the need to have to jump up and reconnect. Just disconnect whenever you can't feel like it, man. Have a good night, and nobody's gonna bother you. So, talk with you later.
Hey.
So, how you liking the campaign so far?
Oh, it's fun. I'm still trying to figure out what all I want to do and stuff because they're kind of going off on their own tangent.
I feel like everybody's enjoying the campaign, and I like it. I like everybody's delving in.
Group.
Yeah,
everybody's chill. So
yeah,
sorry, I'm really feeling the medicine now. So
you're gonna head to bed.
No, I'm going to vibe for a bit. I have to stay awake for a little bit longer either way.
All right, I'll be right back. I see a Kate in them, and I want to say hello.
Hello.
Kate.
How you doing?
James.
Hello.
Matt.
Wow.
Hey, Dom.
Hello, friends. How are you doing?
Doing alright.
Doing good, doing good.
Chilling.
We had a good D&D night, which I just come up here. Does anybody want to say anything to my chat before I end stream tonight?
Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Like, subscribe. Tom is the best.
Yep.
Have a good day. All of that stuff.
Alright.
See you next time.
Yes.
Alright, y'all. Love you guys' faces. Sepher, I hope you have a good night, man. I'm gonna go completely dark mode like I've been for the past couple of days. I just need some more me time, and that's what I'm gotta make sure I give myself me time to recover from this week. But I love you guys' faces, and I will see you tomorrow.